guys, welcome back to Natural Roots Outdoors. Today's video is going to be a tutorial video on how to use a saddle, how to climb up with sticks, kind of everything you need to know to get up in the tree and get ready to hunt. I use the tethered Phantom saddle, and then I also use muddy sticks and the tethered Predator platform. If you want to see a gear review on my saddle, sticks, and platform, as well as the Gunner's, I'll try to link it in the video right here. I don't know how to do that yet, so I'm going to try to figure it out. But if not, there'll be a link in the description for that video, and also it'll be in our playlist on gear reviews. But today is just going to be strictly a tutorial on how to get up in the tree, how to set your sticks, and all of that. Alright, so trying to get up close so y'all can see. Obviously, this is a pine tree. There's two reasons I picked a pine tree, even though they are probably one of the worst trees to use. Number one, it's the only tree that I have in my parents' backyard, which is where I'm at right now shooting this video. And then number two, I kind of wanted to show you guys that even though they're not the greatest tree, they'll still work, and just to give you some confidence if what you're hunting is all pines or whatever, if that's the only tree you can get up in the situation that you're in, because I have done it before, I'll do it again. But if I can pick a hardwood like an oak or something like that, I will use that over a pine tree. But the first thing you want to do is you want to set your first stick. So like I said, these are the muddies. What you do is you'll get it up against the tree, and you're going to want to wrap the rope around. What I always do, if you can tell, I go up at an angle because everything's going to tend to try to fall down while you're doing all this. So I always go up at an angle. I pull my stick tight, my rope tight, and you're going to slide the rope through this little cam right here. Sometimes you got to wiggle it, get it closed. Now it's set. Now what you want to do after that is you're going to take your rope and you're just going to tie some kind of knot. I don't really know much about knots. I'll just tie one that I know stays. It's kind of like an overhand knot. Tie it, make sure it's tight. Now you got your stick set. What I always like to do is I'm going to go ahead and spread these and put a lot of weight on it just to make sure it's going to stay before I actually step on it. As you can see, I've got my saddle on. This is just a personal preference thing, but for me, I haven't ever been in a situation where I didn't wear my saddle into the woods. Like as soon as I get out of my truck, I throw my saddle on, put my backpack on, walk to where I'm going. That way, it's always on me, but you can carry it in your backpack, whatever you want to do. Just gotta get it on before you get up there, obviously. So the next step, I've got the cis hauler on here, which is just basically a pocket that's molly webbed in here that allows me to access my ropes. Now this right here is your lineman's rope. What you want to do, you want to take the end that is stationary right here in this loop, and you want to clip it to this part right here. Not this extra long one, that's for something else. You're going to clip it to right here. And make sure you tighten it, that way it doesn't open back up while you're climbing the tree. I'm doing this from the side so you guys can kind of see, and then I'm going to get turned around and face the tree. But then you're going to wrap it around the tree. Okay, what I'll do it from this side so you guys can see. Wrap it around the tree. Obviously the last tree I climbed was smaller than this, so I can slide this down, get it at the right angle, right length, clip it on just like we did the last one, make sure to tighten it up. Now what I always like to do is I lean a little bit before I start climbing, just so I feel comfortable with it. And then I always tighten it up just a little bit because I like to be close to the tree, but again, it's personal preference. This thing is going to hold you no matter what. As long as you're inspecting it, making sure everything's good, as long as it's in good shape when you're using it, it's going to hold you. Alright, now that we've got our lineman's rope wrapped around the tree, we're hooked in, everything's secured, we're going to start the climb. Let me grab this stick real quick. Something that I do, and again, this is a personal preference thing, but this is what works best for me. I will keep all my sticks on the top of the last stick that I laid. I usually run about 4 sticks. That's about the most I'll run. I just keep them there for easy access. But it's ready to start your climb. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna step on your stick. Again, like I said, this is a pine tree, so it may give a little bit. It's been pretty good because I set it pretty well. And then you just work your way up with the lineman's rope. Just keep it up above you. For me, I like to keep this side. Try to imagine it's eye level with me. I can't really see it, so I don't know if it is or not. But usually when I'm on the bottom of my my last stick that I'm climbing, that's when I'll take my second stick, do the same thing. I usually like to put the top of the stick part about in my forehead, and then wrap it around the tree. Obviously, this is going to be a compressed version for the tutorial. But once you get that one wrapped, you'll step on this one, climb, and you'll step on the next one, so on and so forth, until you get up to where you want to be, and it's time to set the platform. All right, so now you're up as high as you're gonna get in the tree. You're to your spot where you want to set your platform. It's time to set your platform. So real quick, this is a little bit tricky. This is something that I had to learn the hard way, I guess. Make sure you know where you're setting your platform versus where your lineman's rope is. I know it sounds obvious, but I learned it the hard way in the woods. First time I set up my platform, I wrapped my rope around my lineman's and I had to undo everything and fix it. But anyway, my platform's always gonna be on my back. Just take the pack off. Something that I usually do once I get the platform out, I'm just gonna take the pack, take the loop, and just set it right here. And if it falls, it falls, but I mean, I don't really need it now because I've got my platform out. But you're gonna get your platform out, set it up on the tree, and usually what I'll do is I'll keep it right here, just for the simple fact, again, like I said, last tree I climbed was a lot smaller than this one, so I've got a lot of room. Very, very adjustable. That's the thing I like about it the most. You can get just about any tree. But I usually like to keep it down here, just to keep it from falling or anything like that, until I can get that rope. And sometimes you gotta throw that rope at yourself, depending on how big the tree is. But I try not to get in a very big tree, just for that simple fact. Usually where there's big trees, there's smaller trees too, so. And then you'll take this little loop right here, wrap it around that little knob, and you'll just tighten it up. What I prefer is closing it when you tighten. When you get it almost as tight as you're gonna get it, then you wanna set it in the right spot. Pull it as tight as you can, open it up, and then pull it even more tight. Sometimes, you close it a few times and just keep getting it tighter and tighter and letting it dig into that tree. But right now where it's at, it's good. So now let's get on the platform. All right, so when I got home and went to edit this video, I noticed that the part of me being on the platform and setting the tether, I was outside of the camera view. So back at my house, I'm gonna reshoot that for you guys. Obviously, this is the only tree I have in my backyard. The rest of them are shrubs, but kind of small. But again, like I said, you can climb just about any tree. You could climb this tree in the saddle if you wanted to. I don't prefer sitting in trees this small just because the wind blows and they move and it kind of freaks me out. But that's just a personal thing. Anyway, so just go pretend we're on the platform here. Still hooked in with our lineman. Time to set the tether. So I'm gonna pull the tether out. You got your, I think they call that a crucic, something like that. Anyway, it's sliding a little knot on the rope, and your tether's only gonna have one hook, and it's got a loop end. What you're gonna do, wrap around the tree, and you're gonna take the hook and the tag end of that rope, and slide it through that open loop. And you just pull tight. What I like to do is keep it about forehead height on me, where I want the tether. And then once you get it tightened, you'll take your hook and you'll tighten it all the way up against the tree. You may have to loosen it a little bit sometimes. Like right now, I got it a little bit high. That's okay. I can just loosen my hook up a little bit. This is what this gray stripe is on the tether. There's other different colored straps on every other saddle, but there's always going to be some kind of variation of that. All right, now you got it hooked in. Now I'll go ahead and tighten it again, best you can. And something I'm always going to do is I'm going to take this lineman's. Again, remember we're still on the platform here. I'm going to slide it down. I'm going to keep a hold of it, and I'm just going to sit. I'm going to make sure that it's going to hold me. Now, as you can see, this lineman's is not doing anything. Let's kind of take that off. Now you're in the tree. Best part about the saddle, I'm going to keep my feet together just to prove to you that I can stay on the platform. You can slide around the tree, any angle, get a shot on a deer. And a lot of people say, well, what about behind you? A little trick that I've learned. You want to take, I'm left-handed, so you want to take your non-dominant hand, the hand that you're going to be holding your bow in, or I mean, you can, if you're gun hunting, whatever, but then you want to slide it through here, let it wrap around your shoulder, and you can stand up just like this. Shoot the bow, shoot the gun, whatever you got to do. You got 360 degrees of coverage. Comfortable. All day long, sits, no big deal. I honestly don't think there's a better way to hunt, especially when you're talking about public land. You can't really leave stands in the trees. I just don't think there's a better way to do it. But anyway, that's all you need to know on how to hang a saddle, how to get up in the tree and get ready to hunt. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Do my best to answer them. But just thank you for watching this video. If you like this content, if you want to see more of it, like and subscribe. We're going to be posting a lot of content this summer. We've got a lot of hunts coming up this fall. Really excited. We're committing to this channel. So, anyway, thanks for watching. See you on the next video.